There are, uh, four values and 12 principles in Agile. So let's go through it one by one. I'll just put that link also in the chat window for you. Okay.
Okay.
You can also refer to it. This is how the Agile Manifesto looks. This is the website.
Mm-hmm.
Now, these are the four values that are there in Agile, and there are 12 principles. These are the 12 principles that are there in Agile.
Okay.
So, these four values are very important. If you can by heart it, that will help you a lot.
Okay.
However, these 12 principles you need not by heart because these are mostly derivatives of the four values.
Okay.
These are mostly derivatives of the four values. Okay.
Okay.
But make sure you're by hearting the four values. Right.
By heart, the four values.
Yeah. That would be, helping you because there might
Okay.
be a direct questions. Can you tell me, what are the four values?
Okay.
Okay.
Four
The first,
values for
agile.
like
The
agile.
four values, that's agile, right? Now,
Okay.
the first values is individuals and interactions over process and tools. What does that
Okay.
mean? See, there will be process in place in your organization that you might be following. There might be certain tools that you might be using, like Jira, Confluence, various other tools. But what Agile says is, look, when compared to process and tools, you have to give importance to your customers, individuals meaning customers or any other stakeholders. You have to interact with them
Mm-hmm.
more, talk to them more. Don't stick to a process like, okay, I'll talk to the customer only in 2 weeks once or 1 month monthly once. Don't create boundaries. Just interact with
Mm-hmm.
them whenever needed, right?
Okay.
So give more importance to stakeholders. That's what this is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Next is working software over comprehensive documentation. What does that mean? Assume the customer comes, gives you the requirements. Now, now you start documenting it. Now,
Mm-hmm.
assume after 1 month back, customer comes back and asks, "Hey, where are we? Can we see something?" Then you
Mm-hmm.
cannot say that, "Hey, you know what? We are documenting everything still. We are gathering all the requirements." You cannot say that. Customer will say that, "I don't care about your documentation. For me, working software is important. Show me something that is
Mm-hmm.
working."
Hmm.
Right? Show me something that's working. Like for example, assume the ask is to build a e-commerce website like Amazon, right?
Yeah.
Instead, after 2 weeks or 1 month, when the customer comes back, if you are able to showcase at least a registration page where when new user comes, they can register to Amazon. If you're able to showcase that, the customer would be happy, right? So
Right.
always give more importance to working software rather than comprehensive documentation. Okay.
Okay.
Any questions on the first 2 points?
No.
No. Okay. The third point is customer collaboration or contract negotiation. See, any
Okay.
project will have a contract in place, no doubt on that. Any project will have a contract,
Mm-hmm.
and but customer collaboration is more important. What does that mean? That means, say, assume as part of the contract, assume it was mentioned that, okay, when a new user comes, the user will be able to register by creating a username and password. You have to create a username and password, use that username and password to log in future logins. But over a period of time, maybe the customer will realize that creating username and password and then remembering it is very, very, tedious for the customers, and customers might not come back. Assume they do
Mm-hmm.
forget the password and it's a lengthy process of resetting password. They'll go and shop somewhere else,
Yes.
right? So the customer realizes that. Then the customer comes and says, "You know what? Let's change the requirement. Now the new requirement is, give the option for the customers to register using their Google account or Facebook account,
Mm-hmm.
right? That would be easier. No need to remember the password and other things, right? But
Yes.
that was not there as part of the contract. Now you cannot say that you cannot do it because for you, customer is more important. You have to collaborate with the customer and tell that, look, we'll do it. However, it will cost you, $2,000 more. Are you okay with that? If the
Mm-hmm.
customers say that, no, I cannot pay extra, then the next option that you give is, Okay, if you're not able to pay extra, then tell me some other feature which I can drop. I'll take it out and I'll take this. That's other option, right?
Okay.
So you give various options to the customer. Tell them we'll accommodate it, but you have to compromise on something. You tell me how to go about it, we'll do it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Or give us more time, we'll do it. No need, give us more time to do it, or so that we can have more resources and do it, right? So that's
Right.
customer collaboration or contract negotiation. Make sense?
Makes sense.
Okay. Next is responding to change over following the plan. Now again, everybody will have a plan in place, but sometimes you may have to tweak your plan or change your plan. Like for example, when COVID came in, everybody had to adjust to that. The way we talk to people, the way we commute, the way we do things, everything changed. You were not
Yes.
able to follow your plan. You're not able to go to office, right? You had to
Right.
respond to that change. You had to respond to that. Similarly, in this software also, you have to respond to the change. Otherwise, what will happen? Your competitors will take over you. Take for
Yeah.
example, assume you are building a mobile app for CNN News. Assume you are building a mobile app for CNN News. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You had decided that, hey, you know what, we'll have a breaking news section, we'll have political news, sports news, economic news, fashion news, and all. Okay. But suddenly COVID came in. Everybody is looking for COVID related news. They want to have a separate section for COVID where it shows the latest numbers, latest on the vaccines, what's happening in different countries, and all those things. Right?
Right.
It's not there in plan. Now, if you don't do that, people will not use your app. They will use, instead of CNN, they will use Fox News or something, whoever gives that. Right? You have to respond to that change. Otherwise, people
Mm-hmm.
will uninstall your app and use some other app. Right? So
Right.
that is responding to change over following a plan. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions on the phone?
No, I
Ah,
I just need to memorize them.
oh yeah, you need to memorize that. Yeah, correct. Now the last point, while there is value in the items on the right, process and tools, documentation, contract, plan, everything has value. We are not telling ignore it. All we are trying to say is we value the items on the left more. When compared to process and tools, give more importance to individuals and interactions. When compared to documentation, give more importance to working software. When compared to contract, give more importance to customer. When compared to a plan, give more importance to how you adapt to change. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this is on the four values. I'll pause a
Okay.
minute. Maybe if you have any questions, let me
Mm. No, I think it's fine.
know. Good.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Let's move on. Next is 12 principles of agile software. So these 12 principles are derivatives of the four values. Okay, and this is
Okay.
mostly self-explanatory. And let's go through that one by one. Okay. The
Yeah.
first one says our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software.
Mm-hmm.
Our highest priority is to satisfy the customer through early and continuous delivery of valuable software. See, satisfaction is the most important thing. How can you satisfy
Yes.
a customer? When you're able to deliver something early and continuously, obviously the customer would be happy. When you're able to
Yeah.
deliver something early and continuously and which is value added,
Mm-hmm.
then the customer will be obviously happy,
Pastor will be happy.
right? That's the first principle. Second principle says welcome changing requirements. Like any change that's coming in, you should be able to take it up at whatever stage of the project it can be. Even it can be in the later stages of development also. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because agile processes harness change for the customer's competitive advantage. Agile processes says that we have to take change so that our customer stays competitive in the market. Our customer has that competitive advantage in the market.
Okay.
That's welcome change in requirements even late in development. Agile process harness change for customers competitive advantage. The third one is deliver working software frequently, from couple of weeks to couple of months, with preference to shorter time scale.
Okay.
So this is like deliver something every 2 weeks once or every 3 weeks once, so that
Okay.
the customer will see what's happening, and the customer will see the progress basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the shorter the time scale, the better. But usually it is 2 weeks that is used. 2 weeks time scale. It's called a sprint. The time
Okay.
duration during which we plan, execute, and deliver, that's called a sprint. I'll explain that in
Print.
detail later. But sure, that short time scale is called a sprint, where every sprint we plan to deliver something.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions on the first 3 points?
No.
Okay. Next is business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project.
Mm-hmm.
Business people and developers must work together daily throughout the project. What does that mean? That means your business people is who here? It's you. You, the business analyst. You have to work very closely with the developers throughout the project so that you clarify their doubts. And when you are able to explain them properly, when you are able to clarify their doubts, they'll also be confident in developing and your product would be successful.
Yeah.
Right? Next is build projects around motivated individuals, give them the environment and support they need, and trust them to get the job done. What is this? Build projects around motivated individuals. This means uh, actually this is not your responsibility. This is the responsibility of Scrum Master. But then this principle applies for everyone, not just you. Okay. So we have to make sure our team is kept motivated, right? How can you keep the team motivated? You can keep the team motivated by having good work environment, by giving good support whenever they need, and we have to trust them to get the job done, not micromanage people, right?
Yes.
You have to trust them to get the job done. That is this point. Next is the most efficient and effective method of conveying information to and within development team is face-to-face conversation. See, at least post-COVID, face-to-face conversations have reduced significantly, right?
Yes.
But wherever possible, we should try to have face-to-face conversations as much as possible, right? That is the best way to convey any information that reaches
Mm-hmm.
people easily, you know, that reaches people easily, right? So try to have face-to-face conversation as much as possible. Make sense?
Yes.
Next is working software is the primary measure of progress. What does it mean? It means that how do you measure the progress of the project? You cannot say that hey, documentation is done. We have documented all the requirements. 20% is of the project is done. No, that's not how it works. How many modules you have completed? How many modules? No, development is complete. How many modules the software is working? That is how you measure the progress. Assume registration for the e-commerce site is complete. Login for the
Okay.
e-commerce site is complete. I can say 20% of the project is complete. Right?
Okay.
That's how you measure the progress.
Mm-hmm.
Next is Agile process promote sustainable development. The sponsors, developers, and users should be able to maintain a constant pace indefinitely. Right? What does that mean? That means that uh, your development that's happening should go at a constant pace, at a sustainable pace. That's when you know we'll be able to, the customers will also be confident. Meaning, assume in the first 2 weeks you showcase 2 features. The next 2 weeks you showcase 2 features. In the next 2 weeks you showcase 2 features. After that,
Mm-hmm.
assume for the next 4 weeks you don't show anything. Then the customer will be lost. Customer will be like, what's happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of development should not happen. That development should happen at a sustainable pace where we are able to showcase things to the customer, sponsors, and everyone. No, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions so far?
No, I think
Any
these are mostly self-explanatory.
exactly.
Yeah.
So these are all self-explanatory. Next is, but when you get into the job, you have to keep all this in mind.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So that's how that's why I'm starting from basics. Yeah. Even
Mm-hmm.
though some people will not know all these things, but good that you are getting it fast. But then some people take time here also. So yeah,
Okay.
good to start from basics. Okay. Continuous
Yeah, I
attention
I
to
can like keep this handy So, all of these principles.
Yeah, yeah, correct, correct,
Mm-hmm.
correct, exactly. It says continuous attention to technical excellence and good design enhances agility. What does that mean? That means as a team, we need to continuously focus on the technical aspects of the project, continuously focus on the design of the project.
Mm-hmm.
Like our technical, no, the technical language that we're using or the design that we're using, it should not be outdated over a period of time. As and when the
Okay.
technology is improving, we have to catch up with that. Our technologies
Okay.
that we are using should be latest and greatest. Like for
Mm-hmm.
example, now we say cloud technologies, right? We should
Mm-hmm.
make sure we have to catch up. We have to migrate to cloud and all those things. Okay.
Okay.
Next is simplicity. The art of maximizing the amount of work not done is essential. What does that mean? This means, let me take an example. Assume you have feature A. You have to build feature A. They assume this takes 5 days of effort. Okay, this takes 5 days of effort, and if you complete feature A, it contributes 10% to the project. Okay, assume there is feature B.
Okay.
This takes 7 days to complete.
Okay.
This contributes 20% to the project.
Okay.
Now, among these two, if I say that you have to pick one and do it immediately, which one would you pick?
20%,
20%. Correct. Why so?
because the difference is just 2 days and the percentage is 10%.
Correct. The
So you're
output that you're
saving
getting
three
is more,
days. Hmm.
right? The output that you're getting is more. Exactly.
More.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. You prioritize feature B over feature A, right?
PKA.
No,
Yeah.
you are taking the simple ones, which is giving more output, maximum output,
Yeah.
right? So that's what this point is.
Mm-hmm.
To read it is a little confusing. That's the reason I took that example.
Mm-hmm.
Next is the best architecture requirements and design emerge from self-organizing team. Okay. Now, what is a self-organizing team? A self-organizing is a team which is able to take decisions on their own. They don't
Okay.
depend on every small thing to consult others. When does a team become self-organizing? A team will become self-organizing when they are there in the system for quite some time.
Okay.
When they are there in the system for quite some time, they understand things. So they need not go for small clarifications to
Yeah.
architects on, and other requirements, right? So
Okay.
the team should be self-organizing.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Next, the last one is at regular intervals, the team reflects on how to become more effective and how to become more effective and tunes and adjusts his behavior accordingly.
Mm-hmm.
This is something called as there is something called as retrospective meeting.
Okay.
Do you understand what
The
is
team
retrospective?
reflects on how to become more effective,
Do you
then
understand
tune
what
and
is
adjust the
retrospective?
behavior accordingly. Okay.
No, do you understand what is retrospective? Have you heard of it?
Retrospective, no, I haven't heard
No.
of it.
Okay. There is nothing but see at regular intervals. What is a regular interval? Like every 2 weeks once,
Yeah.
right? The team reflects on how to become more effective. Meaning, the team will gather together and discuss on, hey, in this past 2 weeks, what went well, what did not go well, where we can improve, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the team is able to inspect themselves, and if something did not go well, they plan to improve it in the next 2 weeks.
Okay.
That is retrospective. That is you are inspecting and improving. So you tune and adjust the behavior of the team accordingly.
Okay.
Okay, like for example, what went well? Maybe what went well can be like the customer was happy to see the the demonstration. They highly appreciated. The team bonding was really good. What did not go well can be maybe the requirements were not written clearly. We had to go back to the business analyst again and again. Maybe the business analyst can write the requirements more clearly so that we need not approach the business analyst again and again. That can be what did not go well and also what can be done better.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So these are the 12 principles. Any questions here on 12 principles?
No.
Okay.